The force of the crash was evident. The toll in human life, a heavy one. 3 people who were in this Dodge Charger were killed around 3:15 this morning on northbound Route 4 near Dower House Road in Upper Marlboro. According to state police, the Charger was struck by a woman driving the silver Infiniti as she tried to change lanes while traveling at a high rate of speed. The car also struck a Chevy Impala, whose lone occupant, the driver, was not injured. The preliminary investigation shows the Charger went off the road into several tree stumps and ended up on a service road adjacent to the highway. The driver was 23-year-old Isaiah Hazel of Upper Marlboro. 24-year-old Kyrie Jackson of Waldorf was the front seat passenger. Both died at the scene. 24-year-old Anthony Litton, a backseat passenger, died later at a hospital. All 3 were former football players at Wise High School. Kyrie Jackson was a rookie cornerback for the Minnesota Vikings.
He always had high aspirations.
His grandfather, Anthony Jackson, was among the friends and family members of the victims who came to the scene. His grandfather recalls how proud they all were of Kyrie Jackson's achievements.
Doing the best that he could possibly do in life and with the family.
Jackson, Isaiah Hazel, and Anthony Litton were graduates of Henry J. Wise High School in Upper Marlboro, and all 3 were part of state championship teams.
They were still together, still hanging out, still doing some things together.
Westlake High School football coach DeLon Parrish coached all 3 of the young men when he was at Henry Wise High School. He also taught all 3 of them.
Isaiah had an infectious attitude. He was extraordinary. Everybody loved being around him. AJ, phenomenal athlete. He could do anything he wanted. Kyrie, belief in himself, was incredible.
And he adds he was inspired by the 3 young men, and they'll continue to inspire others. As police began their investigation into the deadly crash, loved ones of the victims began to deal with the loss.
We're going to try to get through this as best as we possibly can.
The driver of the 3rd vehicle that was struck was uninjured. State police say the driver of the Infiniti, identified as 23-year-old Corey Klingman, and 2 passengers in her car were also uninjured. Police say alcohol may have been a factor in the crash. Derek Ward, News 4.
Thanks for watching. Stay up.
Street, we back in the building, man. 100 and climbing, man. That's sad news, man. Talk to me, man. How you feeling this Monday, man?
Oh man, after that, man, I'm feeling pretty bad, man. That's pretty sad news, man. For you to work hard. You talk about all those hours these guys put in and then get there and then end tragically for you. I mean, and your family, man. But besides that, man, that's three young lives gone.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it seems like every show we come on here is something with these athletes and cars, man.
Right.
But again, that's tough business. So unfortunate, man. So sad that happened. And I know my condolences, especially yours as well, out to the family of all those young men. And you never know, bro. Like, they're young, they take chances. And it's just so unfortunate, bro. So unfortunate, but and that's just part of life too. We all got these stories. 30 years ago, we got these same stories about homies that didn't make it for whatever reason. Not really bad people, but just bad things happen to good people. And it's just what it is. But
it said they was racing
2 days ago. Yeah, some people here in the chat are saying that they were racing. I don't know. But as the newscast did say, alcohol may have been a part. I don't know. That may be something they thrown in. But they'll come out with all of the, details in the investigation. But it is unfortunate. So unfortunate.
They all and they all have fast cars. Like that's just a thing now. Like all the kids want these cars with these big engines. Like I remember the Washington. Braylon Trice, when we went to go see him in Washington, he had like a Durango, man, with a huge engine in it, like a fast Dodge Durango. And it seemed like to be the thing. I'm not sure what spawned it with these kids wanting to drive these fast cars, but that just doesn't go together, man. These kids that don't make great decisions, fast ass cars,
alcohol,
highways,
yeah,
alcohol. Chicks. Now you put chicks in the car. Listen, bro. Listen, man. I remember. Here we go. Story time on this moment. I don't even know if I can tell this story.
I ain't got no room for you, dog. So if it's gonna put you out the house, I highly suggest you don't tell it.
I remember being in high school, right, with this girl. I took her to the beach. Now we in my mama's car. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning. We coming back from the beach. We had to rank. She was the finest girl in high school. We had to rank the number one. We had ranked all the girls top 25 high school. She was number one, and she was a little faster. She was a Haitian girl, a little faster than I was. Went to the beach. I struck out. I ain't get nothing.
Hold up.
She was more mature, dog.
She faster than you, and you struck out. Go ahead, Street. I'm listening.
She was more mature, dog. On the way back from the beach, we going down 163rd Street. And you know you get to the point where you got to get on the expressway. You either go 441,
yeah,
95. She dared. She said, I bet you I'd take my clothes off in the car. I'm driving. She takes her clothes off and puts her back up against my mama door. So disrespectful. Hope my mama ain't watching this. She puts her back against my mama door, opens her legs, and I'm playing it cool, right? It ain't my first time. Bro, I went up the off-ramp. Car started coming down. And it just was done. I was playing it cool. I thought I had it, but in that moment, I lost my thought and went up the off-ramp. She almost lost it, tried to put her clothes like, oh my God, you gonna kill us. But that's what I'm saying. A 17-year-old kid, girls in the car, and that was a Oldsmobile.
That was an Oldsmobile.
Doing inside these Hemis and these, you know what I'm saying? Challengers with a Hemi in it. That's crazy shit, man.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot going on in these cars. But nah, you're right, bro. You know, it's a powder keg, dog. And it's just, you know, some people live to tell the story and testify, and some become the story, unfortunately. And that's just that's life though, bro. You know, as the old saying, 2 minutes earlier, 2 minutes late. If they were 2 minutes earlier, they wouldn't have got sideswiped by that car. 2 minutes late, they don't get sideswiped by that car. You know, if he take the foot off his gas just a little bit, he missed that car. If he add a little bit more gas, he misses that car. So it's just life, man. And it's written, you know, as Nas say, it was written and it is written. Even though we don't know the day or the time, as they say. But let's move on to, I guess, a lighter note here. 216 and climbing in the building. Just wanted to tell y'all, I just got back from Atlanta, hot Atlanta, and boy, it was hot street. Had a family reunion. Man, I ain't talking about hot temperature hot. I'm talking about, well, hey, break up relationships hot, boy. Mess around, lose your eyeballs hot. Mess around and be straining your eye like this hot. It was crazy. But shout out to Fred. I didn't get back to you, bro, because that. But I'm going to definitely hit you up, my man. Normal guy, you made it second, but we're going to get that streak alive. Shout out to you. Courtney Joe. Man, this big right here by Google, man. What's good, my dudes? Y'all are two of my favorite YouTubers of all time. Been watching YouTube for 10 years. And he says, y'all chemistry is A1 since day one, kind of like Cam and Mace. All right, I like that, man. Thank you, Google, man. Appreciate that.
Bet that up, dog.
But yeah, coming from Atlanta, you know, but speaking of that, I seen a guy on a motorcycle, dog. He was a blur. Like, I saw him in the rear view. He flying. And this dude leaning, he rocking through the stuff. And I was like, boy, just one person changed lanes that you ain't anticipating. And I knew it would have been over, but you know, luckily I ain't see him later on down the road. So he made it. Warren, what's up, man? I ain't seen you in a minute. But anyway, Atlanta was crazy. Chris Brown was in town, so that made the town even crazier. You know what I mean? So that's why I ain't see y'all had a family reunion. Shout out to my family. I love my family because my family is A1, boy. Shout out to the Pullums in the building. So what you get into this weekend, Street? And then we're going to get into this cash?
Went down to check out spent some time with Austin Simmons, then went down to 22 Atwell, 707. By the time I got down there, the police was shutting it down. Yeah. Central and Northwestern got into a fight, got into a brawl, and the police was basically just like, we told y'all, if anything pop off, we ain't got enough manpower out here. Shut it down. Don't come back tomorrow.
Oh, it was a 2-day event.
Yeah, it was gonna be a 2-day event. It was crowded out there too, man. They had some decent games out there too. I got a little video of it right here. They had some decent games out there, but shut it down, dog.
Wow. And that's crazy. You try, the NFL guy, we ask him to come back, give back to the community. And it's like, come on, man. But I get it.
Right.
I mean, it's young.
And then it's his high school. You think his high school, Northwestern, would be the ones like, okay, listen, man, we ain't gonna mess this up for 2-2. He back at Hadley Park, he in the hood. I thought I could fast forward this, but I see I can't fast forward because the police actually interrupt my live. Like, hey, man, it's over. It's done.
You got to
go. Yeah, like, hey, man, it's over. It's done.
You ain't got to go home. You and that camera got to get up out of here.
But when I got there, they were fighting on the field, right? They stopped it. Kicked them both out, had a few more games to lay. It was the end of the day. They walked Northwestern and Central out the same gate because there's only one way in, one way out of Hadley Park football field. They walked out the same gate at the same time. Guess what happened?
Got to fight.
Fight started again. They started brawling. Heard a couple kids got smacked in the head. Heard a couple parents started throwing punches at kids. Then they said it kind of went on to the parking lot. Which was odd to me, man, because I've been around the rivalry for a long time. It don't ever really go to blows. Yeah, it don't ever really go to blows. And I'm gonna say this: as great as Teddy Bridgewater is, right, Hayes? You as a football coach, you may attest to this.
Yeah.
As great as Teddy Bridgewater is, there's probably some things about coaching that he has to learn.
Yes. I'm glad. Street. Thank you, brother. Thank you for saying that. People think because it's football, you know all aspects.
Right.
There are things about coaching that you could see the tension growing. You got to step in and cut it. Sometimes you can let stuff go. You know who that dude is on your team that's not going to let it go. Like, that's part of coaching. Like, that's what I try to say, not to bring Colorado, but that's what I was also saying in regards to Deion Sanders. A great player, but there's things about coaching that players don't think about. Players execute the plan. Players don't think about flight times. Players don't think about jet lag. Coaches think about that. And that's what I was trying to say. And people who don't really understand it, there's so many things that you don't think about when you're putting something together. And I always say, I brought this up like about the Navy SEALs and when they went to go get Osama bin Laden. Right. They think about everything and practice it 1,000 times.
The police.
Oh, we got the police done shut down mid-game. Yeah, 22 at well, 7-11.
That's the ball right there.
It's done.
Told the coaches before it started.
Yeah, they're just gonna shut it down if it get out of hand. Had a little fight. I think Central Northwestern had a little fight. Maybe they shut it down to tomorrow. You know, it's 2 rounds. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so go ahead with your they shut it down. And go ahead and finish what you're saying about coaching.
Yeah, so I was saying that so when you become a coach, like anything, right? What I did my first year, I didn't do my 10th year or my 15th year because you have to learn. And that's any job. But because you did this part, people think it easily translate. And it does and it doesn't. But there are some aspects that you don't think about. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so with Bridgewater, like you were saying, there's some things that he's going to learn, and he learns something after that, right there. I guarantee it.
Right, right. And I'm not saying something I know. That was Tutu Atwell mom right there. She just walked by. That's his grandma, I think, right there. I'm not saying something I know. I just know that there are things about coaching and refereeing that if you're a rookie, you don't pick up on what's going on. Teddy Bridgewater has a kid on his team, Calvin Russell. Calvin Russell, 5-star wide receiver. Hey, now tell me this. Calvin Russell as a freshman would come out versus Northwestern versus Central. He's a very quiet kid most of the time. In those big games, Calvin Russell will step in Miami Central's tunnel and say, fuck all y'all. I never saw him do that. But what I'm saying is he be on 10, right? And it's kind of hard to explain because I've seen ignorant guys. I've seen guys that like to start. He just be on 10. It's almost like he be in this zone. We finna go to war.
Yeah.
And I don't like those guys.
Street, I'm telling you, I've seen guys flip a switch. I always get this example. Devin Bush, that ended up playing at Michigan, his dad, my homeboy, but had the chance to coach him. Excuse me. His daddy the same way. When he buckled that chin strap, is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah,
like, I would honestly, if I had a daughter, I would let Devin Bush date my daughter. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Hi, sir. No, sir. But when he put that helmet on, he transforms, dog. Like, it's like when he put that mask on, it's like a doggone Peter Parker in Spider-Man or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's just straight. Yeah. I've seen kids like that, bro. And then when they take their helmet off, the game over. Hey, coach, how you doing? Can I help you rake leaves tomorrow in your yard? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's how he is, bro. And he get it honest. His mom was very competitive. She played for University of Miami. She's in University of Miami's Hall of Fame, Basketball Hall of Fame. Very competitive lady. But dog, like I'm saying, when he turns it on, I've seen Northwestern run out the smoke, and Central's about to run out because they're the home team, and he's back with me at the goalpost, drawing with Central by himself. Video of it. And the vibe I get from it is not from a place of I don't know how to explain it. It's not make when I
competitive nature. I'm letting you know I'm here. And I'm letting you know I'm here. And I'm finna give you all the business I'm gonna give you. I'm willing to die for this.
Right. I've seen it to where it was disrespectful and you feel like, man, dog being an a-hole. Right. That's not what it feels like because he was a freshman, dog. A freshman doing this. He's 6'5". I mean, maybe probably 190 pounds. But the kid, and I'm saying that to say Teddy Bridgewater has a guy on his team like that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to save him from himself and let him channel that in the game. And Teddy, he'll learn all these things if he don't know them already. But I know Teddy's a laid back guy. So when you're laid back like that, you gotta have some a-hole coaches around you, right? Like some staffers some disciplinary rhythms, right?
Right. And the thing is, this is the coaching balancing act. You don't want him not to be him, meaning you don't want that kid not to be him, but you also can't let him tear up what you're doing. So how do you manage that? How do you let him be him, but not tear up your system? How do you that's what we're talking about. And real quick, I'm just address this, but Demarion Davis, I'm still waiting on that DM on Twitter for tomorrow. I would love to have you on because he says, he says, so basically former athletes don't make great coaches. That's not what we're saying, bro. Like that's nowhere close to what we're saying. We're not even talking about athletes. We're talking about people. But what I'm saying is I think people think that athletes come in with this already known knowledge. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that athletes don't make great coaches. What I'm saying is because he was an athlete, people think that he already has this knowledge of a coaching aspect, and he doesn't. He actually has it as if a dude didn't coach and was doing it, because they're two different entities. Even though they're playing ball, coaching is totally different
Right.
than playing. That's all we're saying. There's some overlap, but there's some things
Right.
in coaching that people don't think about. And I'll just say this last piece. I've always said this. Just because you were a valedictorian doesn't mean you could be the principal, because the principal has to deal with budgeting. The principal has to deal with management. When you're the valedictorian, you worried about studying. So that's all I'm saying, guys. Don't make it bigger than what it is. But we can cook the Marion. We can cook the Marion along.
I think Teddy Bridgewater has all the aspects to be a great coach.
Yes.
And I think you could see that in him when he was a kid.
I saw it firsthand. Called 12 hits against my behind in the Super Bowl.
Right. Like, no, I'm not denying that. I'm sure that the man could have went straight into college and coached. I mean, the dude is smart. He's emotionally intelligent. Like, it's just those aspects of. It's another story. Like, it's experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damian Jones, Summernon coach, when he was at Hollandale, had to face Miami Central when they was running a Wildcat on everybody. And Miami Central came through with Ant Jones and the kid that went to Florida State. What was the kid with the dreads that went to Florida State that they had? This was right after Dalvin Cook and your boy left. So their brother Ant Jones was the running back. And they used to run a Wildcat. They met Hollandale in the playoffs with Tyler Huntley and all them. And Damian Jones calls me that day. Street, man, help me out. You know what I'm saying? Tell me something. And I said this. I said, listen, don't let your kids interact with their kids before the game. You Hollandale, you're a 21-point underdog probably. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you this. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Do not let your kids interact with their kids. Man, my kids ain't scared of them. I say, I don't think your kids are afraid of them. Right. But what I know is that
power them up. You're gonna power them up.
Yeah, they're experts at that boo game. Their principal could be standing in the middle of the field.
Shout out to Bethune in the building.
And they'll be standing right next to him, shooting guns. Because it was part of the bravado. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And your kids his kids wasn't afraid of him, but it's just you're not going to beat them at that game.
Right.
So just don't let them interact with them.
And that's how they power up too. They power themselves up off of that. Yeah. They already loaded.
Yeah. And he did it. He kept his kids separate. You know what I'm saying? They were coaches. He kept them separate. First play of the game, they had a linebacker going to Florida State. He ran in, jumped outside, picked Ant Jones up, and slammed him on his head. And basically said, all right, like, we here. We ain't got to talk about it. Let's be about it. Ref threw a flag. But those things, it's those things come with experience as a coach.
Right.
Right. They lost the game, but you let your kids interact with their kids, and you got kids that aren't afraid, but you got some kids that probably are, and it's gonna scare the hell out of them, whether you want to believe it or not, because it's they get it to a level where it appears that, man, they crossed the line, coach, they over here.
Right. Well, you got some kids that don't believe that's on your team, right? And they're like, see, I told y'all. Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. I totally get it, man. Let's dig into this, man. Let's go on and jump in here. 343 people in the building. Appreciate it. Again, Demarion, I'm still waiting on that DM, man. To set your reservation tomorrow would be great. I can't wait for you, man. I've been going on vacation. I'm refreshed. I'm ready to cook. So please DM me on Twitter, Coach Hayes FB. And so with that being said, 346 and climbing in the building. Devontae Freeman's who he was speaking of. We had took the private jet.
No. I was speaking of Ant Jones. Devontae was gone. This was. Oh. Yeah, Devontae was gone. Dalvin was gone. Yibby was gone. This was Ant Jones was the next big thing. Him and what's the kid name? No, not Devontae Freeman. I'm sorry, the wide receiver that went to Florida State with the dreads, and they eventually kicked him out. Somebody said, yeah, not Devontae Freeman, the wide receiver.
Yeah. Well, we've taken the private jet, the PJ, all the way to the Oregon coast because a lot of big news been coming out that street.
Oh, that where we at?
There's an 86-year-old billionaire that said Oregon need to win a championship before, I transition. And I would love to see it. And I'm willing to give you anything that you need in order to make that happen. Mr. Phil Knight, ladies and gentlemen, has stepped to the plate because somebody said Nike, they already had unlimited money. Nah, it's different when a man says it publicly.
Yeah.
What you mean when you heard that? What you thought?
I don't think they had unlimited money. That's what people don't understand. I don't think they had unlimited money. I think he put a lot of money in the facilities. But I don't think he was just around there. And I've been told this, throwing money around like, hey man, go get whoever you want. Oregon never gave anybody that field. Oregon never gave y'all the field that they were just going out to get whoever they want. They never gave y'all the Georgia field.
True story.
They never gave y'all the Bama field. He's 86 years old. He's worth $45 billion, Hayes.
Can I borrow just one? I promise I give back.
Got a few facts about $45 billion. You know, if you spent a dollar for every second, it would take you about 1,400 years to spend $45 billion.
Can I borrow a billion for a year? I'll give you the whole billion back. I just want to keep the interest in me.
Yeah, dog. It's if you had a dollar for every 45 billion in all dollars, you could fill up a swimming pool and swim in it like Scrooge McDuck. You could buy around 90,000 Bugattis, each costing $5 million. That's how much 45 billion is.
I don't even think they have 41 billion $1 bills in circulation.
Dog, that's what we're talking about here. And he's 86, right? God bless him. He's created something great. But he's at the end of his life, right? And it's not going with him, Hayes. And I'm pissed off because he's saying he's gonna dump it in the goddamn dumps. He's trying to find something to do with it. And I'm a game of nemesis.
Wow. Real quick, I just Googled this. In 2022, there were a total of 54.1 billion US dollar notes in circulation, almost 1 billion more than the previous year.
Come on, man.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's incorrect. I'm wrong. That's total notes of all denominations. Out of the 54.1 billion, 18.5 billion were $100 bills, which was the highest volume in circulation, and it was followed by the $1 bill with 14.3 billion in circulation. So there's only 14.3 billion $1 bills in circulation. Ain't enough. My swimming pool half full.
It's not even enough. How much money he got? That's how much money he got. He's been up. But I got another theory on this. Go ahead, Hayes.
No, I just was going to say, I to your point, what you were saying earlier, that yes, but I do believe he focused all his money and energy towards infrastructure, right? Meaning facilities, training, that kind of stuff, uniforms, right, equipment, that kind of thing. But this says through Barstools, Phil Knight is 86 years old and desperately wants to see a championship. So he's providing Oregon with unlimited NIL resources. That's totally different than, like you were saying, than the resources that he was giving towards facilities and health and training and wellness and all that stuff.
This thing say with 45 billion, you can start your own pizza chain and rival Domino's and Pizza Hut day one. No. Come on, man.
Oh, God. Look at this. Coach, instead of y'all crying about Oregon spending, tell the Canes to get their money up. I hear you, dog.
Hey, be careful what you wish. Be careful what you wish for.
And I love the fact that we Cane fans, dog, because I swear everything we say, only thing they want to say is the Canes. Bro, we ain't even brought them up. We talk about daily sports and stuff that go on daily, man. But I know y'all hate us so much because we coming, what? We coming.
We've been throwing some money around now too. We ain't taking no backseat to nobody, though.
Yeah.
Now hold up, now we've been throwing money. We've been throwing some money around.
Yeah.
But I say that to say this, right? Pickett's supposed to commit on the 17th. I think he's one of the top DBs athletes in the nation. It's recruiting season, and things like this is, once again, here we go with the media and marketing. We didn't see him sit down with anybody and say it. He said it at the bar stool. They put it out there. And I'm sure all the recruits and their parents are like, like, they want to know. So it could be true. It could not be true. You know what I'm saying? If he had to cover it, he would cover it. But the man said he won a championship. Last time they've been to the championship was 2011. Cam Newton broke their back. In 2015, Ezekiel Elliott broke their back. But the man say he ready to go, dog.
He 86. You know what time it is? Here's what I'll say to you, 2 Street. Since that announcement,
Okay.
they have the number 7 defensive lineman, Josiah Sharma, the number 5 running back in the class, Jordan Davison, the number 3 tight end in the class, Deshaun Brain, the number 4 cornerback in the class, Dorian Brew, and the recently decommitted from LSU, which I did as WRE, shameless plug, y'all check it out, the number 1 wide receiver who is a 5-star plus kid. Now, I didn't know you could get more than 5 stars. So now instead of a star, he's a 5-star plus kid, DeCorian Moore. This is since Oregon recruiting since last week.
Right.
The number 1 receiver, the number 4 corner, the number 3 tight end, the number 5 running back, the number 7 defensive lineman.
Talking about raising the salary cap. Talking about raising the price. Whatever. If it's true, whatever they're giving them, they just raise the stakes. See, and that's what I'm saying. That's a rich person's game, right? You just jump in the game and be like, "Hey, man, we getting whatever." Make them catch up. We're gonna make them play catch up.
I'm gonna say a fatal flaw that he made. I can't say fatal, but a misstep in a strategic move. He should have said this right after December, when the transfer portal, right before the first transfer portal opened.
Right.
Bro, it would have been a feeding frenzy over there, dog. Like he could have, because dog, think about it, you could get the dream team over there. If you just try, now, when people say you want a one and done something, if you go get all of the elite top athlete, like a Caleb Downs, and go get like those kind of caliber of kids, you take everybody over there, now you're going to win some games. You might win one championship and, you know, hopefully you keep it on. But if he's willing to say, hey, what you need? Caleb, you need how much? 5 million? Here. What you need, bro? 6 million? Here. You 5 million? Here. Here. If he would have came out and said, if you are the top 5 athlete at your position and you come to Oregon, I give each one of y'all 5 million each for 1 year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you got to be the top 5 at your position coming through the transfer portal. You have an NIL deal here with Nike at Oregon. Well, I'm saying, can't say that. With Nike.
If you stack 45,
but you got to come to Oregon.
Right. They could have killed it, though. You're right. If you stack 45 billion in $100 bills, the stack would be 30 miles long. Or 30 miles high in the air.
Hold on, say that again.
If you stacked 45 billion in $100 bills, the stack will be 30 miles high. That's higher than the cruising altitude for a commercial airplane.
Of course it is. Only 30,000 feet cruising. You talking about 30 miles?
30 miles. $100 bills, dog. That's crazy, Taze. That's a lot of money, dog. Those are pennies.
Bro, I can't. 30 miles? If you, you mean like if you stick them end to end?
It just says stacked. I got a bunch of facts of 30. I got a bunch of 45 billion. 45 billion. They probably mean that way, the long way, probably. But either way, it's fucking far. Like, anyway. Oprah is only worth $3 billion, though.
Man, they'll buy and sell. See, people don't know. I'm not knocking $3 billion now. I can't, But people don't realize, like $3 billion, you can be bought and sold easily. Like that's play money to them. Like that's when you're talking about these billionaires, that's play money. 3 billion, 4 billion, 5 billion is play money to them. When you got 45, 50, 60, 100 billion. Bro, Elon Musk done what, 297 billion? Jeff Bezos went out of space on us, dog, for Amazon. And came back and thanked us. Thank y'all for letting me go to space. Appreciate it.
He went out of space, and Oprah's the richest black woman in the world.
Black woman in America?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm just saying.
Speaking of space, with 45 billion, you could afford to go out of town, go around with 45 billion, you could afford around 100,000 trips to space with SpaceX. That's Tesla's SpaceX, at a cost of $400,000 per trip.
Here's what I'm gonna say to you, Street. This is all I know.
Man, what?
If I was Phil Knight, and like you said, I can't take you with me. Nike's still gonna live on after he's dead and gone. Krishan Judkins, whoever the top, whatever. I'm taking the top dudes from Alabama, the top dudes from Ohio State, the top dudes from Michigan, but I'm cutting a check. You want 8 million? Come on with it. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the money for him. It's about saying my school is a champion. I don't care how we got it. He don't care. And guess what? When you bury me just like this. Hey, Street, with the ring so big you can't even close the casket. They got to put a little hump in the casket where my ring goes. I'm gonna be like this.
Bro, listen. 45 billion. How many zeros?
Let me see. 3, 6, 9.
9?
9 0.
Imagine you create something and it got to 9 zeros, 1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
What did you create that allowed it to keep going to 45? Either there's a lot of greed there, or you created something that is so extraordinary that it just kept producing. Or you're Dior and you creating $57 purses and charging people $2,000, which I think they all do that. You saw that came out in the news, Dior at court.
I don't know why people shocked. You bought the Jordans and people are selling them for $1,000.
That's why I always felt like I never owed Michael Jordan shit, because I knew where them shoes was coming from.
Yeah.
Right. But what did you create that generated that much? You know what I'm saying? And you still in meetings on Tuesday talking about margins. So thin of a margin, we're gonna have to.
Bro, it's a drive, and that's it. You made the money, you put the money back in. You saw the movie with Nike and all of that, and Michael Jordan, and this, that, and the third. And bro, I mean, think about it. Warren Buffett still wake up every day talking about making money.
Right.
Bro, that's just in them. That's part of here's the biggest thing I've learned while watching Mousetrap. I just saw Mousetrap. I'm sorry, I was going to say that. You got to create something that's a new mousetrap, something that can solve problems. That's what makes money. Mm-hmm. Something that solves problems. I learned that from Shark Tank. If you can create something or create a new way to solve an issue, you can kill it, bro. Something simple as a paper clip. What did it do? It was a way to keep papers together, but not permanently. Solve the problem. A bent piece of metal. Mm-hmm. Shout out to LOL. $10. I'll get a recruit the don't spend it all in one place speech after I sign it. LOL. I love it, man. Shout out to LOL. He said, I'll get a recruit. Don't spend it all in one place. Yeah. And I'm bonusing $1 million if we win the chip.
Yeah.
And I'm giving you Nikes for life.
Before you read that, don't know what you was talking about. I lost my train of thought.
I don't know either. I keep seeing 45 go across my face. 45. I don't know. What was I talking about?
What was you just talking about? They know in the chat. They log everything.
Oh, both of us sitting up here stuck, man. I don't know. But here's what I do know. Oregon might be a problem this year. You know, they have this stigma about they can get to the hill, they just can't get over it.
Mm-hmm.
They got a new quarterback. What's the Gabriel from Oklahoma?
They got Dylan Gabriel. And they kept their wide receiving core together, which they had 2,000 yard receivers.
But Bo Nick's trash. All right. Anyway, back to schedule regular program. I don't know, dog. I don't know. I don't know if they can win it all. Maybe they can. But I'll tell you this. It should be a fight between them and Ohio State this year. I'm just being honest. I know I'm a Miami fan. But it really, like, if Ohio State can't win it this year, dog, and I'm not saying fire the guy, but or Ohio State, and I know my Ohio State people out there, they're going to get mad when I say this, but they're starting to fall into the Oregon category. They can't get over the hump.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm not trying to be funny. I think Ryan Day's a good coach. They just can't get over the hump. Maybe, and I'm thinking that way, maybe because Michigan, you know, they kind of lost that. Sharon Moore, shout out to him. He takes over. Maybe that's their way to get in. And the thing is that Michigan game it's the last game, and it's a killer. Because if you lose it, you're out on both sides, Michigan or Ohio State. Either way you look at it, you pretty much kill yourself because it's a late loss. But I think Ohio State got what they need in order to get over the top, man, this year. Defensively, I think they've gotten better, and that's really been the issue. Not scoring points ain't never been a problem.
Right.
I don't know, man.
Got 450 in here, man. Make sure I hit the like button and share. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying Oregon, and it's a 12-team playoff. This gonna be great this year. Oof. Georgia's still stacking. Like these are Georgia numbers. Like when you saw these right here, if I would have said to you, who just got these last 5, I should have did that. Doggone it, Hayes, you missed it. If I would have said to you, what school do you think got these last recruits? The number 1 wide receiver, the number 4 cornerback, the number 3 tight end, the number 5 running back, and the number 7 defensive line. What school, if you had to just answer that, what school do you think that would have been? In last week, just got them last week. What school would you have said?
Texas or Georgia?
Right.
Yeah.
Texas
they loading up over there, dog. Huh?
Texas spending that cash too, boy. Listen, and my thing is Phil Knight better do it now. Because like you said, they're going to put some rules in place at some point.
Oh, they already announced them. They coming.
Yeah, they coming. So that's what I'm saying. You better strike while the iron hot, boy.
Yeah, they already done announced them. They own the way. So listen, bro, let's get up out of here, man. You got to own see how?
Yeah, I actually do, man. This actually was funny to me because I travel quite a bit, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. And I thought this was funny because I guess it makes sense to me. And I see this kind of stuff all the time. Oh, am I frozen? Okay, I'm good. I thought my screen was frozen.
Nah, you don't look frozen to me.
All right. Y'all may have seen this. You go first if you're ready.
Nah, go ahead.
Okay. I thought you was ready.
I am ready. You not?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, all right, run it.
Yeah, get this job. Hey, rock, paper, scissors, man. Ready? Ready?
I don't even know how to play rock, paper, scissors.
Well, just do it. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, go.
Paper. Paper beat anything.
Put your hand out. We can't see it, Street. We can't see the paper. All right, ready? Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, go.
Rock.
Stop acting like it's a delay. Last one. Rock, paper, scissors, go. This is a true testament that great minds think alike. Last one. Rock, paper, scissors, go. Last one, dog. We out of here for real. Rock, paper, scissors, go. Man, get out of here, man. I'm done with you, man. Go ahead, you first.
Hey, listen. This don't see how I brought you by IOD Squad Investor Dive, man. The market running up. It's election year, man. Y'all we trade every day. We put out plays every morning in the Discord, 786-405-9499. If you wanted to learn how to trade stocks, options, put out plays, we talk crypto. Just send me a text, say IOD Squad, bro. Do something with your money, man. Your money need to be growing. Money in your hand is worthless. It's like water. It's going to go right through it. You got to put it somewhere to grow. Tyreek Hill. I'm on to you, Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill had a camp, and this time he got smoked by a girl.
Go, get it already. Just play flag football. Hey! Nobody told me she played flag football.
I'm going to explain y'all something. Tyreek Camp, he always get beat by a girl or a little kid. I'm going to explain something to y'all. Tyreek has figured out what Kanye West figured out. That if you can laugh at yourself, the world will market you. Sports Center will pick it up. Everybody will pick it up because they're laughing at Tyreek.
Yep. And he's embracing it. He's not fighting it. He ain't getting mad. He having a good time. He living life, man. Yeah.
It's on purpose. He's losing these things on purpose. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing it because it goes viral. He becomes more famous. Tyreek Hill totally gets it, dog.
Agreed.
And if you don't get it, just pay attention to him. He totally gets it.
Agreed. Totally agree.
That's my own see how. Be like Tyreek Hill. Get beat by a girl.
Get beat by a girl.
Get beat by a girl.
Well, my own see how, like I was saying earlier, before we rock, paper, scissors each other to death, I travel quite a bit. I go through these things all the time. And I want y'all to just watch this and tell me what you see. I thought it was super interesting. I thought it was funny. But y'all let me know.
Wait a minute, dog.
All right.
Look at this shirt.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about it is exactly what's on his shirt. Look at this. Look how he looks at the camera. Like, he like, turn around, watch this. Like TSA be doing the most, dog. They really do. They think because they use the back of their hand, it's all good, dog. The back of your hand don't need to be up my crack, dog. Just put me through the X-ray machine, bro.
You think the officer saw the shirt?
No, I don't think he paid any attention. Like, look, they just sitting here looking. Watch this. He looking them dead in the eye, dog.
You got a big old head, man. Where you from? A cave?
That boy got a Stephen A. Smith hairline, boy.
That boy got a big old head on Neanderthal. Like under the giant out there.
I just saying, I thought that was funny because TSA be doing the most. And it's like, and the funny thing is that dude's shirt hit right on point, right at the right time. They just thought it was something funny. Because I travel, like I said, I travel a lot. You're always in the airport. They make you go in there and stand up there and turn around, put your hand up. Is that your belt on? And you know what's amazing to me? This is why I know all of that is full of crap. You want to know why I know all of that stuff is full of ish street?
How?
If you ever have flown from Orlando or even Atlanta, if the crowd gets too busy, you can keep your shoes on, you can keep your belt on. They changed the policy because of how crowded it is. Think about what I'm just telling you. They don't pat you down. They put the one beep. Go ahead. If it gets packed, they changed the entire policy, dog.
Yeah.
Because people will miss their flights. So depending on, like, Orlando always be crowded. Keep your shoes on, please. No, the only thing they'll do is tell you take your laptop out your bag. You don't have to take your belt off. You don't have to do none of that stuff.
So you gotta say if it's crowded, you can blow up the plane.
I ain't say that, YouTube. I ain't say that. But pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. I mean, what we're saying is that regardless of what we say, people are always willing to change their policy. So when people say, oh, we can't change that policy, yes, y'all can. Yes, you can. Because y'all do it at your convenience. Why? Because you don't want the airline being mad at TSA when you're holding up all the flights. See what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So what do they do? All right, guys, we're moving the line along. Keep your shoes on. Just take out anything. If you have bottles over 4 ounces, all that kind of stuff. But that's what it is. Man, it's storming right here at the crib, man. What's going on down there? And we out of here.
Yo, it ain't storming down here.
It's storming. Well, with that being said, Footballville mama's so big when she back up, it go beep, 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 beep. We out of here. Peace.